Love you. All right, well, like Derek said, one of my favorite things is making the people that I love each other. So let's introduce each other in the room. If you're from Columbus, let's make some noise. If you're from the Nasty Natty, let's make some noise. Make some noise if you're from my family. Derek's family, make some noise. If you're from Italy, make some noise. If you're an Ohio State alum, make some noise. If you're a friend that met us at work, make some noise. And then those that know that the West Coast is the best coast, make some noise. And then I wanted to give just one quick shout out. We have a lot of special people here today, but my grandmother, Carol, recently turned 90 years young. So big round of applause. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. I'm hungry, let's eat.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Knoll. I'm Lisa's dad. I love this crowd. I did nothing to deserve that, but thank you so much. I've had the privilege of watching Alisa grow up from a unique, adventurous little kid into the incredible woman that is sitting here today. She's amazing. Derek's amazing. This place is amazing. How about a little hand for this place? Is it awesome or what? I love it. This is only about 3 years old, apparently. It's a lot different than when I went to school here. This place was a pizza joint, I believe, when I went to school here. So I'll always look back and remember when Alisa was born, my father was telling me that I would never want to look back on my life and wish that I had spent more time with my kids. And so I took that to heart. And so whether it was making and selling Buckeye necklaces together, teaching her how to ride her first bike, long bike rides down the Olentangy River bike path to get ice cream at Maggie Moo's, coaching her t-ball and softball teams, building refrigerator box forts together in the backyard, sharing ice cream on campus when she had a rough day. I'm sure she remembers that one. Or buying new running shoes together. I always cherish the time that we had together. I love the time that we skied together when she was just 16 months old. I held her upright between my skis, and she would sing the Barney song the entire way down the trail. I knew it was nap time once when I looked down to find her asleep. She was my sweetheart, and I was her dad. And I loved every minute of it. Thank you. All right, here we go. So growing up, Alisa had a flair for the dramatic and the creepy. She used to wait in the hallway many mornings just to scare me when I got out of the shower. Her love for horror movies started at a young age, and I was the only one brave enough or foolish enough to watch the scary movies with her. Her bridal shower had a murder mystery theme, and that bridal shower had poor Derek murdered not once, but twice. Poor Derek. Alisa had a deep love for mysteries, especially Nancy Drew. She didn't just read them, she lived them. She had the Nancy Drew books and the Nancy Drew video game. She coordinated a neighborhood mystery squad solving imaginary crimes with the kids on the street. Oh, they weren't imaginary, apparently. These were real crimes. Okay, she wrote her own Mystery Squad book series, and I emphasize the word series, which she loved reading to her grandpa on the front porch swing. I believe that creativity at a young age helped Alisa make her the innovative and successful woman that she is today. Even with her spooky fascinations, Alisa had she was deeply empathetic. I will always remember when we said our prayers before bed, she prayed not only for the good guys, but also for the bad guys. And yes, she even prayed for junk and trash. While in college, she would bring leftover food from her sorority to the homeless guys, and even gave one of them a $20 bill because that's all she had in her pocket. She's always looking out for others and puts a lot of effort into celebrating her friends' birthdays and special events in their lives. That unique, wonderful kid grew into someone that I truly admire and love. She's always been very driven, very kind, and has the ability to see good in everyone. I've had a front row seat to watching Alisa follow in my footsteps. We both ran cross country in high school. We've both graduated from the Ohio State University, OH. We both built careers in financial technology, and we both ran the Columbus Marathon. I will always cherish the many years that we ran the Jingle Bells run together at Christmas. But Alisa didn't stop there. She forged her own incredible path. At Ohio State, Alisa excelled while studying advanced placement engineering. Somehow she found the time to train for and run the Columbus Half Marathon. She was a member of Pi Phi sorority. She was selected to attend a conference at CERN, Switzerland. She started a nonprofit called Ascent Microfinance, was elected to homecoming court from a student body of 50,000, and was selected to speak at her graduation. Whew. I did most of that stuff when I was here too, so it's not... Yeah. Alisa's one of the hardest workers that I know. She won enough scholarships to pay the majority of her way through school, and now she gives back by running the nonprofit that she started and serving on the OSU board for her honors program. But the best and the most important thing that she did at Ohio State was to meet Derek. The friendship they forged while surviving their AP engineering classes together led to a love that has endured being together, being apart, and traveling to over 40 countries together. It's no surprise she ended up with someone as amazing as Derek. Derek is the yin to Alisa's yang. Derek is the calming force, grounding her enthusiasm. Derek is the OH to her. He's hardworking, kind. He's always looking to give back. Between his work as an engineer, teaching data science, consulting, serving on the board of the OSU engineering department where he and Alisa met, I don't know where he finds the time to do much of anything else, honestly. But I do know that Derek has the kind of energy that inspires others. Just ask Grandma Noel, who at age 90 is still inspired to dance with Derek at family weddings. Derek, you truly bring joy wherever you go. I knew this day would come. Excuse me. Give me just a second. I didn't think this was going to happen. What the hell is going on here? I knew this day would come when I would have to give my sweetheart away to another man. I'm almost done. But when Derek asked me if he could marry Alisa, I immediately said yes. Derek is like a son to me. So much so that I gave him a copy of my dad's wisdom guidebook that I give my kids each year on how to live a good and happy life. Watching, this is hard. Okay, watching these two together, I have no doubt that they'll write their own guidebook someday. A story filled with love, hard work, adventures, and maybe a little mystery. Alisa and Derek, I'm so proud of the people that you've become and the life that you're building together. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, and may your adventures, both big and small, always bring you closer. I love you guys.
All right, got to follow that one. No, good evening, everybody. Hey, how about that bar ride? That was awesome. Just setting the tone early. I mean, that's one heck of a way to start a wedding. And then you follow that with a beautiful ceremony. A stunning bride. Alisa, you look fantastic tonight. Give it up for Alisa. Yeah. And then I look around, I see a lot of good-looking guests. You guys are looking good, yeah. Especially my wife. The wedding party's looking awesome. And then there's Derek. No, I'm just kidding. Derek's looking awesome. He's got his dino cufflinks on, his Raven socks, his tux. Give it up for Derek. No, that's enough. That's plenty. No, just good. Yeah, but I'm no philosopher by any means. But they say that in every man's life, there comes a time where they meet somebody so special that it changes their life forever. And, you know, they form a connection so strong that they just want to spend every waking moment together because, well, they just make life better. And for Derek, that time came back in the 3rd grade when he met me. Yeah. For those who don't know me, my name's Keith. Derek and I have been best friends for like 20 years. It's been awesome, great 20 years. But when he asked me to be his co-best man, or I like to call it his better man, or Butterin, Zoom, Schwartz. All right, yeah, you messed up. Drink. It's a silly game. We'll play more later. No, but when he asked me to be his co-best man, I was extremely honored. But then I got to thinking, how in the world am I supposed to fit a lifetime full of memories into a 5-minute speech? Started thinking about all the memories back then, some that came to mind. Derek and I drove to school together each and every day. I'm different. Yeah. Whenever we got bored at Derek's house growing up, we would just max out his parents' iMac storage with shirtless selfies. And we look good too, and asked Derek, we look good. But all the 2v2 hooping that we played at the Emmerichs, pro tip folks, don't let Derek shoot from the elbow. He gonna make that every time, just don't let him shoot it. But all the hundreds of days and nights that we spent at Rossetti's house. Our trip to Mexico, where we drank like 25 Scooby-Doo shots every day for 4 days straight. That was a good time. Just in general, killing the dance floor with this dude. He's got moves. I'm sure you're going to see it tonight. Probably see it tonight. You're going to see it tonight. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. Without fail, every time we'd be out dancing, all of a sudden, all these elderly women would just be surrounding Derek. It was amazing. It was kind of cool. It was cool. Pretty cool. And then I can't go without telling the time. Derek and I were driving home one night in Clay's car. And the song Twerk by City Girls comes on. Derek's in shotgun. He jumps up on his seat. He just starts twerking, just throwing that thing, and somehow manages to shatter the windshield. It was crazy. But I ended up getting him back for Clay that night. I kind of peed in his suitcase. But no, aside from all the shenanigans and tomfoolery that Derek and I got into growing up, Derek's been an incredible influence on my life. He's not only been my best friend, but a life coach and a mentor. Whenever I was faced with a big decision, I would always go to Derek. And it's funny, I used to try to hide it and be sly and because I was a little embarrassed by it, to be honest. Like a time in high school, I had a big decision to make. So I caught Derek in the hallways and just real casual. I was like, Derek, have you decided on a college major yet? He was like, yeah, man, I'm going with industrial engineering. So I hit him with the, no way, dude, me too. Let's go, me too. That's how I decided on my college major. I don't even know if you knew that one, but that's a true story. I mean, this guy, he's amazing. I try to be more like Derek each and every day. He's got more determination and work ethic and passion, more than anybody that I've ever met. But that was until I met Alisa. And it didn't take long to figure out that Alisa had Derek outmatched in just about every category. And that's when I knew that she was the one. And I mean, now these two push each other to be the best people that they can possibly be in every aspect of life. Is true. I mean, it's astounding to witness. And Alisa, you truly bring out the best in Derek. You make him happier than I've ever seen him. Look at that smile. He loves you so much. And tonight, you not only got a husband, but a best friend, somebody that's always going to be in your corner, a travel buddy. Obviously, you guys been everywhere. But one hell of a dance partner, I can attest to that. And yeah, even somebody that you can take shirtless selfies with on my bag. No, I'm kidding. But that being said, I'd like to give a quick toast to Derek and Alisa. So if everybody can raise a glass. This one's to Derek and Alisa, to a life full of love, happiness, and laughter. Cheers.
That was awesome.
I love you, brother.
All right, kill it, brother. Kill it. Good job.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Daniel. I'm that weird single dude that lives in Derek and Alisa's basement. You might know them as Derek and Alisa. I call them Mommy and Zaddy. So, believe it or not, I have a pretty unique front row seat into their relationship. And let me tell you, they make an amazing team. Derek is Alisa's personal chef, cooking for her day in and day out. Alisa, you don't want to see her in the kitchen. Her signature dish is canned beans, plain. And she burns it. Ah. Alisa is Derek's personal dermatologist, constantly nagging him to put on his chapstick, his lotion, popping his pimples, telling him not to squint so that he doesn't get any wrinkles. I don't think he'd be half as good looking without her. Derek keeps Alisa fed, and Alisa keeps Derek moisturized. To really understand where this partnership comes from, we have to go back to the early days when they weren't even in the same city. Derek was in Cincinnati, and Alisa was in Detroit. Alisa wanted to take that next step and move to the same city. But for Derek, that decision wasn't so easy. He was thriving at his consulting job, surrounded by his best friends, and living his best life. It really led him to question everything, their relationship, whether he was ready for that kind of leap. And ultimately, he asked for a break. Spoiler alert, clearly he figured it out. We're here today. Eventually, he came crawling back. He wrote Alisa a letter. And in that letter, he talked about a story called Are You With the Right Person? It talks about the cycles of a relationship, the euphoria and the post-euphoria. Falling in love is a passive and spontaneous experience. But after some months or years, the euphoria of love fades. Eventually, real life sets in. Alisa being the squint police, making him cook, asking you to move when you're perfectly happy where you are. Wouldn't you be asking, am I with the right person? But what Derek realized and what he wrote to Alisa was this. I actually have the letter. Quote, I fear of letting my company down. I care about them so much, so it's hard for me to think about leaving. But I care about you more, and I think it would be amazing to take this adventure with you the next few years. I'm ready to make this work. I'm ready to be your teammate again. Love, Derek. Since then, I've watched their relationship strengthen and evolve. They do these cute weekly little debriefs, talking openly about what's working and what isn't. And they tackle problems head on before they grow. Alisa and Derek, they bring each other's best version of themselves, of each other out. If it weren't for Alisa, Derek might have never taken that leap of faith in a new city and a new job. She challenges him, supports him, and pulls him out of his comfort zone in the best ways possible. And Derek brings Alisa his own kind of strength, the calm to her storm and the homemade ice cream to her soul. If there's one thing I've learned from them, it's this. Sustaining love isn't passive or spontaneous. It takes a lot of work, time, effort, and energy. A successful relationship isn't about choosing the right person. It's about learning to love the person you choose each and every single day. As I search for my own person, ladies, or lads, it's Pride, happy Pride. I'm just kidding. As I search for my own person, I keep this lesson close to my heart. You guys are my role models. Thank you for being an incredible example of what love and partnership look like. To Mommy and Zaddy.
Love you guys.